Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Real Talk Huntsville. I am your host, Tim Knox, along with my lovely co-host,
Kim Savage.
Kim Savage. You know, it seems like we haven't been here for a couple of weeks.
We haven't actually been here for a couple of weeks. We missed. You had a little sinus thing.
My God, pollen is my kryptonite. I literally last week, could not breathe.
Yeah.
I had a scratchy voice. It was just not pretty. So we did have to skip last week, and I'm better this week, but I'm still a little runny.
Sniffly.
I'm a tad on the runny side. How are you? How's your week?
My week was good. No issues with the runnies or anything like that.
Well, good for you, especially since you just got back from Mexico.
I did.
Where the runnies can be an issue.
It can be a thing in Mexico for sure. But yeah, no runnies from any orifices.
Good. Well, thank you. That's good to know. This show is just a notch above everything else you'll find out there.
That's
so
what
we do have an in-studio guest today.
We do have
we'll
a
take
special
picture
guest.
Of that. Who would that be?
That would be Sir Reginald, or Reggie as we call him.
Reggie the pup. Reggie is the cutest dog ever.
Reggie is here in the studio today. He's hanging out with me today. So yeah, he's in studio.
Bring your dog to work day.
Yes. Well, I think, you know, there's all of these dog days now. Like I've seen people post like, oh, it's National Pet Day or it's National Dog Day or something.
Yeah.
Like I noticed yesterday, someone said it's International Dog Day.
Do you know what today is? National Grilled Cheese Day.
Oh, okay. I love a grilled cheese.
I love that. But getting back to dogs. So is Reggie your only dog now?
He is my only dog now.
Because we met through rescue, I think.
We did.
You met my wife first.
Through Madison Small Pups. I met Melissa and got involved with Madison Small Pups and fostering. Fostered probably, I don't know, a dozen or so dogs with Madison Small Pups over the years.
Yeah, we actually, you know, we're not really operating anymore, but we did like 600 dogs over the course of 5 or 6 years, maybe.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, and we ended up keeping 11 of them ourselves. We had 4, all rescues. Buddy is my dog. Murphy's got everybody's dog. Annie was Melissa's dog, and then there was Nacho. Nacho moved out.
Oh no, sad face.
Sad face.
Why did Nacho leave?
Well, because Sierra, my daughter, lays claim to Nacho, and she moved. She moved 2 whole streets away, and Nacho went with her. And I come home one afternoon, and Melissa's sitting at the table just boo-hooing.
Sure.
And I'm like, it's okay, babe. She's just right. He goes, no, I miss Nacho.
Oh, she missed Nacho
She missed
more
the
than
dog.
Sierra.
She's like, I can see Sierra anytime, but I
Sure.
really miss Nacho.
Yeah.
So, so
maybe you can set up like a FaceTime with Nacho and Melissa like every day.
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
he comes over to visit.
Okay.
Sierra and Chance had a wedding to go to last weekend, so we kept Nacho.
Nice.
And then of course, like Buddy, my dog that I talk about, he's just neurotic. He's when Buddy was like 5-6 months old, he was left at the airport in a dog carrier. And airport security called us. We went and got him. Buddy made it to my house and never left, and attached to me, of all people. And so Buddy's my dog. So when I'm not home, Buddy will stand at the top of the stairs and just bark for hours. So now Buddy goes to Sierra's daycare. Doggy daycare.
Nice.
I drop him off
Okay.
every morning, and otherwise he would just drive Melissa batty.
Sure.
And so she keeps Murphy and Annie, who are just the perfect dogs.
Of
From
course.
what I hear. So, but,
Isn't that funny how some dogs will just they just imprint to certain people?
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a little while, but sometimes it's kind of an instant thing.
Well, it was really funny because we were at an adoption event at one of the pet stores, and Buddy, who had just been brought in from the airport, a little bitty thing, in the back of the crate, he wouldn't come out, and I was there, and I didn't really pay much attention to him. Well, Sierra, and again, this was 8 years ago, I guess. She was at the event, and she's the one. She would get all the dogs out and make them feel. And so she brought Buddy home, and she goes, "We're going to foster Buddy."
Oh, okay.
And I was in the living room watching a football game, and she said, "Dad, I brought a puppy home," and she set him down, and he ran and jumped in my lap and would not get out. So it was an immediate connection. He is my dog, but he is the most neurotic. I mean, ADD.
Wait, do you think that's
It's a reflection of his owner. I'm sure.
connected?
Yeah, he's very he doesn't like hardwood floors.
Okay. A lot of dogs are like that, though.
Well, he will, like on a tile, he'll step over the cracks.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's got OCD. He doesn't want to step in. And at our house, we had to put runners on the stairs to have him come down the stairs.
I've had to do that before for a dog, for sure.
The things we do for our dogs.
Well, I mean, we really do. We want them to feel, comfortable and special
They're
and
part of the family.
I think that says a lot about a person, how they treat their dog. And also they say, if a dog doesn't like you, like maybe like if a dog,
I have to be honest, present company excluded, I'm a much bigger fan of dogs than people.
Absolutely.
So,
sometimes that is the case.
It really is. So, are you a cat person at all?
Yeah, I like cats.
Do you? I like cats, but I'm allergic. Thank God. Or we would have a house full of cats. You know what I want? I want a rabbit.
I want a
rabbit. Fuzzy rabbit.
I don't think you want a rabbit.
I want a rabbit?
I don't think
if you
so.
squeeze them, pills come out. They're like Pez dispensers.
They do. It is like a live Pez dispenser, and you have to clean up the Pez.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't just flick them.
It's quite a bit of work to take care of a bunny.
Maybe I don't. I was watching some TV show, and they just cute. It looked like a dust bunny. They're so fuzzy and stuff.
Super cute, and they make beautiful ones. They breed beautiful ones
They do make
now.
beautiful ones.
Like the lop ears and the super fuzzy. Yeah. I mean, they're really, pretty, but they are a significant amount of work. We had one for a while. They poop a lot. We had one for a while, and then we actually had to find someone who actually wanted to spend a lot of time cleaning up bunny poop because it wasn't me.
That's funny. Yeah, Easter just passed, and Archer was under the impression that bunnies laid colored Easter eggs.
Well, that sounds nice in theory.
That could be cool.
That could be
fun.
But
in truth, they do poop balls.
They do poop balls.
Yeah. Did you have a good Easter? Did you? Your kids are grown, but did you get baskets and do anything?
I did bags. So I just took the cellophane bags and filled them with different things because I felt like baskets were too much for me to handle. But I felt like a little bag was good, and we did our traditional Easter egg dyeing, and we did the knocking of the eggs. With
you were telling me about that
before.
Yep.
We had an egg decorating contest. So all in all, it was a good day.
Yeah. Well, you know what Chelsea did? She hired this service to come out and hide Easter eggs.
Nice.
I mean, that's pretty good money right there. I think that's money well spent.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they came out and there were Easter eggs all over the yard and the bushes and everything.
Yeah.
So
did you help the kids find them?
You know what? I claim to be sick.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't come out and look for eggs with little kids. I'm just past that point.
Yeah.
You know, I did that. I put in my time.
I
with
did
my
see
girls.
that you took one of the boys to McDonald's for the first time.
We had his first Happy Meal.
That's pretty exciting.
I mean, you talk about a milestone event. When I heard that this child in 3 years of life on Earth had not been to McDonald's, I'm like, we must rectify that.
I was wondering
and I'm just the guy to do it.
I was wondering if you got in trouble for that, for actually...
I don't think they were thrilled, but I don't get in trouble.
When my girls were little, I tried doing all the healthy stuff. I would make their food. I would, get organic. I made my own baby food.
Wow.
And then their dad actually
took
took Harper to Chick-fil-A for the first time and gave her waffle fries and whatever. And I was like, what about my organic sweet potato puree? Whatever.
Yeah. Well, Archer's been to Chick-fil-A. He's been to every restaurant in his town because his parents, while having a nice kitchen, don't use it. They eat out a lot, and so. But he had never been to McDonald's, and I'm like, here's the routine. You get into a routine with kids, right? So on Monday morning, he has gymnastics.
Okay.
And this is something my wife, Melissa Mimi, got him into. And Melissa likes Cracker Barrel. So they would go to gymnastics and go to Cracker Barrel, and that kind of became his routine. Not a fan of the Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
So I said, Archer, I took him to gymnastics this week. I said, have you ever been to McDonald's? And he goes, Old McDonald's Farm?
Oh, okay.
Isn't that cute? And I said, no, this is actually a restaurant called McDonald's. It's named after a clown, Ronald McDonald.
Whoa, we're going way
back
in the archives.
Yeah, the clown's not even there.
We're going to have to circle back to that because that's bringing back Grimace.
Well, I'll put up a picture.
Grimace
Hamburglar.
And Hamburglar.
Oh, yeah.
And all the things. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, he's like, I don't know. And I said, hey, they have this thing called a Happy Meal. And you know why they call it a Happy Meal? And he goes, because it makes you happy? This kid's brilliant.
He is genius.
Right? And so I'm like, that's right. So we went and we got the 4 chicken nuggets, French fries, apple slices.
Okay, that's
on the healthy side,
yeah.
chocolate milk.
Nice.
He ate every bite.
Yum.
He was like, this meal makes me happy. He said that. Yeah.
Well.
So He had
Good
his
job,
first Happy Meal.
McDonald's.
Yeah. And the whole, you know what the funny part is? The whole time he was going, where is the clown?
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
like,
no more Ronald
They-
McDonald with
they
the big
phased
shoes.
him out,
They
so
did. Remember
anyway.
when people would have birthday parties at McDonald's?
Yes.
Like it was a whole thing. Like
Yeah.
you would get the McDonald's cake and, you know, the party favors and whatever.
Yep.
You would have like a birthday party in the McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah. Remember, is Chuck E. Cheese still open?
I think it is, but I don't know that anyone actually goes there.
Yeah, I don't either. I think I used to go there when the kids were little just to drink
Yeah.
the beer and eat the pizza. But
Did they have beer?
oh yeah, they sell
Oh.
beer. They got to do something. These parents have got
I
to
didn't know
sedate.
they ever had beer at Chuck
Yeah,
E. Cheese.
They totally do. So, hey, let's talk a little bit about what's going on here because spring has sprung and things are starting to happen. Real estate market, it's back. It is, things are really picking up. You know, we are still at a low inventory, high demand, but the sellers market, while still being here, it is not as crazy as it was. Normal buyers have the opportunity to actually buy houses now, which they didn't last year, but we're still seeing prices are holding pretty firm. There's not going to be a bottom here. But we're still low in inventory. We need more houses. So if you have a home to sell,
Call us.
call us.
Please call
like right
us.
now, because I guarantee you it'll go quickly. But the market here is booming. You know, the job market here is just crazy. Everybody's having these job fairs. We're still seeing record number of folks moving in every month. So it's still very hectic here, which is good for us.
It is good. We like it.
We do. We like it. But lots going on. What's on your sheet this week?
Well, let's see what we're going to talk about this
What
week.
well-reviewed things have you got to talk about?
Yeah, the joke. The joke is that I sometimes don't read the articles. I just read the headline.
It's really not a joke.
It's really not a joke, but I did read these articles.
Good.
So Huntsville Toyota and Huntsville Utilities are going green in a $49 million solar project.
Wow.
The project will harness solar energy to power 70%, that's a lot, of Huntsville Toyota's manufacturing plant. It's going to be built on a 168-acre tract located in North Huntsville's Industrial Park, and it's going to generate 62,000 megawatts. No idea how much that is, but it sounds like a lot. And it will reduce approximately 22,000 metric tons of CO2 emissions per year. So that's enough solar energy to power 5,000 homes in the U.S.
That's
which
incredible.
I think is pretty significant. It's going to be generating energy by the summer of 2024.
That's awesome. So there were basically going to be a lot of solar panels out in the field.
168 acres of field.
Yep. You know, we got to do something about this greenhouse effect and global warming. Have you seen the show, totally changing the subject, on, was it HBO or Apple TV called Extrapolations?
No, but
It
that's
is-
a big word for you.
I practiced it.
Good.
Extrapolations? See?
You got it once.
Well, anyway, it's like an 8 episode series on the effects of global warming, but it's a show. It's like, you know, real. And if we don't do something,
Yeah.
it's going to get bad. It's going to get very hot and the water's going to rise.
Yeah.
So the fact that they are investing $49 million in this solar project, I think that's great.
Yeah, and the city is actually leasing this land, so it's good for the city, it's good for the environment, and it's apparently good for Toyota. So it's a win, win, win.
Win,
Check,
win,
check,
win.
check.
Very
winner,
good.
winner, chicken dinner, as we say here in the South.
Do we?
Don't we?
I think Charlie Sheen coined that phrase in L.A.
Oh, well, we've taken it on here in Alabama.
Reggie's like, you people are really starting to get on my
Reggie's
nerves.
actually walking around in the studio looking at the door right now saying, get me out of here. So we have NASA, big news for NASA.
Okay.
So they have announced crew assignments for the latest moon mission. They're going back to the moon. It's for the first time in more than 50 years we're going back to the moon.
They're going to circle the moon.
They're going to circle the moon.
Or
right?
orbit, as
Orbit.
we say in the business.
Ooh, that's fancy talk. So the Artemis crew 2, so the assignments have been announced. I wanted to just go over those really quickly. Commander Weissman, pilot is Victor Glover, mission specialist is Christina Hammock-Koch, and mission specialist 2 is Jeremy Hansen. Now, Ms. Koch was actually, went to space camp. from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's kind of her.
That's cool.
Relation to Alabama. So kids out there, if you go to space camp, you know, maybe you too can
Shoot
be
for the
an
star. Both of my girls went
astronaut
to space camp.
someday. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they take up space now.
She's a 5-time space camp alum. So
Wow.
apparently she really loved it. But I think that's cool. So, you know, the Artemis that was launched in December was kind of, this was the precursor to this next phase of orbiting the moon.
And there's a lot of firsts here, right?
So that, yeah, definitely. The first trip in 50 years.
Yeah, but the first female?
First female. You skipped right on ahead for me, didn't you?
See, I reviewed it too, so.
The first woman, among the crew are the first woman,
Okay.
the first person of color, and the first Canadian on a lunar mission.
That is
All
awesome.
4 astronauts will represent the best of humanity as they explore for the benefit of all, says director Vanessa Weish.
What are your thoughts? Should we spend money on going back into space, or should we take that money and do something here?
Well, I think we should spend it all on dogs.
I like that.
You know what? I think, you know, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I think it's good, you know, to do a little bit of everything because who knows? Maybe we will need to live on Mars at some
we
point.
certainly might.
And that's what they're saying. Like exploring things like this is going to help to figure out how life on Mars would be if that happened at some point in the future.
I think it's money well spent.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at some point, this big green ball is going to bust.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully long after I'm gone.
I bet. But I bet there'll be a McDonald's there.
There will always be a McDonald's. Can you imagine that if we colonize the moon or colonize Mars? The first thing is they build a strip mall with a Chinese buffet,
Yep.
a nail salon,
Yes.
and a McDonald's.
And a mattress store.
And a mattress store.
For sure.
And a tire store.
Yeah. So, and in more fun news,
Yes.
7 Brew Coffee, an Arkansas-based coffee chain, is opening for the first time in Huntsville,
Need another
Alabama,
one of those?
on University Drive. They're going to serve, I thought this was cool, lattes, mochas, brevets, macchiatos, cappuccinos. Because, you know what? It's funny because it made me laugh because when Howard and I were in Mexico, we would go to the coffee stand and order, let's say you order a cappuccino. Here you go. If you order a macchiato, here you go. It's the same
thing.
It's the same thing every time.
Well, they don't speak French down there, so that's funny.
So Coralejos Mexican Grill, which is a locally owned place, is opening on Old Monrovia Road, which is located in the Pinnacle at Providence Shopping Center. They're going to have Mexican egg rolls.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I've never
I'm
heard
a big
of it.
fan of the Mexican and the egg roll.
Yeah,
So.
4 smoked chicken, of course, fajitas, chorizo, beef ribs, and more.
Nummy.
Last one I wanted to mention, because you know I love my food. I'm a foodie.
You are a foodie.
Tous les jours, which is opening at Mid-City. It's
C'est la vie.
en français. It's a French-Asian bakery.
Wow.
Which I think is kind of an interesting combination of 2 things, right?
French and Asian? Yeah.
One of their items is a kimchi croquette.
Ooh. Kimchi is
croquette.
Korean. It's rotten cabbage.
That's what I hear. Yeah, I've never
If
actually
you eat
had
too
it.
much of it, you are going to croquette. I guarantee you. But
Yeah, but they'll have gourmet pastries, cakes, desserts, and beverages.
you know, one of the best restaurants ever, in my opinion, in Huntsville was a restaurant called Foe's.
Okay.
Back in the, Melissa and I were just dating, so early 90s. It was a French-Asian restaurant. The food was amazing.
Really?
Because a lot of Asia is French province.
Sure.
You know, Vietnam, they speak a lot of Asian. But yeah, no kimchi for me though.
No
But,
kimchi. Not for me either, I don't think. Not a big fan.
Not a bit. So
that's what's going
good.
on around Huntsville in the food world.
You can always tell the economy is good when restaurants are opening.
Absolutely.
Yep. Now when they start to close,
That's not good.
that's not good. So,
That's not a good sign.
you know, we're seeing, speaking of places that closed, resurgence of the old Public Center in Madison on Highway 72. There's a new furniture store there that moved into the old Publix location called Urban Furniture, something. I'm butchering the name, but Melissa Ming just raves about this place.
Ooh,
It's
I'll
more
put a comment in
high-end type furniture,
Yeah.
but just she said it's the most beautiful furniture she's ever seen. So
Well, Melissa has excellent taste, so I would love
Well,
to
in
know
furniture,
the name.
not so much in men. So, hey,
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
yeah, I can read you like a comic book. Let's talk about things going on a little bit outside of Huntsville. Have you
Okay.
ever been to Unclaimed Baggage?
I have a time or 2.
Tell the people what Unclaimed Baggage is.
So Unclaimed Baggage is a great little place in Scottsboro, kind of hidden away. You may not even know it's there.
Off the main thoroughfare.
And they literally take Unclaimed Baggage, as the name would say, and it's a store where you literally shop through lost luggage. I mean, everything is, organized by, type or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get all kinds of cool and unusual stuff there, or just like a sweater,
or anything. Yeah, basically they buy lost luggage not only from airports but from bus terminals, and they bring it there, and they've been in business for 50 years. And it's not a little store. They got 50,000 square feet of space. It's literally like walking into a Walmart, and you can find everything there. It's amazing what people leave in their luggage. Well, the good folks, this is in Scottsboro, by the way. What's an hour away? 45 minutes? Yeah. But it's also a big tourist attraction.
It is.
But they are Unclaimed Baggage Museum. They're starting the museum. They're taking the weirdest things they've found over 50 years. I know, Reggie.
I know,
Me
Reggie.
too.
Reggie said he's kind of bored with the show.
Reggie's like, can we have some more dog talk? Anyway, there's like a suit of armor, vintage musical instruments, a 4-foot-tall goblin puppy from a cult film.
Okay.
These are among the 100 strangest items that are going to be on exhibit there. The new exhibit answers one of the pertinent questions asked at the attraction. What's the weirdest thing you've ever found in somebody's suitcase?
Okay.
I'm not going to ask you what the weirdest thing you put in your suitcase going to Mexico.
Nothing weird. Nothing weird here, folks.
But but this is, you remember on a previous show we talked about the Alabama Filmmakers that were up for awards? The director of that movie, Daniel Scheinert, wore a black tuxedo to the Academy Awards that he got from Unclaimed Baggage.
No way. That's cool.
I think this is the interest. The Unclaimed Baggage Center got its start in 1970 when insurance salesman Doyle Owens, that's a southern name right there, Doyle. He used a borrowed pickup truck and a $300 loan to buy 100 orphan suitcases from the Trailway bus line in Washington.
That is a great story.
He brought the baggage back to Scottsboro, where they sold within a single day. And today they've got 50,000 square feet of space there.
That's awesome.
And I love going over there. You never know what you're going to find. And the place is always packed.
It is, yeah. There's always people there. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming for me because I don't like too much stuff.
Yeah,
but
I can see that. I can see that. But they've gotten things such as an Egyptian burial artifacts dating back to 1500 BC.
Wow.
I'm surprised Egypt didn't come clean those. A gas mask sits alongside a 300-year-old violin made by Stradivari.
Wow.
Holy crap. So that's
cool
a lot
things.
of fun. So that's just something fun to do.
Yeah.
A lot going on. Kim, do you like the Buckys?
I have been to Bucky's only a couple of times. I'm not going to say I'm one of those crazy Bucky's groupies, maybe?
Is it a group? They're fanatics is what they're. Basically, Bucky's is a giant truck stop and started in Texas many years ago. They're huge. They sell everything. Well, we just got a Bucky's here, and they're getting another one in Auburn. It was like the second coming. It's like, is Jesus here? Because all the people are, Well, 20 merchandise items fans didn't know they need. These are things that you can buy at Bucky's with the Bucky's logo. Bucky is a beaver.
Yeah, a little beaver.
He's
with
a little
cap.
beaver with a buck tooth, and we'll put up pictures of all this. But some of the items you can get at Bucky's are, let's see, a river tube, an inflatable tube to go down the river.
That seems necessary.
A Bucky's bathing suit. I would really like to buy you one of these.
I would not wear that.
Howard bought a boat. You wouldn't wear
imagine if I showed up to go out on the boat?
Howard would throw your ass overboard.
I don't know.
I mean, it's basically
a red. Think it's funny. Actually.
It's a red bathing suit with beavers on it.
It's too much. Skip to the next
All right,
one.
so
hats.
straw hats are good. Of course, beach towels. Bucky's beach towels. Water bottles. Look at this shirt. The Bucky's Hawaiian shirt is one of their best sellers.
Now you need that Hawaiian shirt, and you need to wear that on the show. I know Melissa goes to Bucky's sometimes. I'm hereby requesting, Melissa, if you go to Bucky's anytime soon, would you please get Tim this
and get Kim this
shirt.
Bathing suit.
Do not get me the bathing suit.
We could
maybe
do a show.
The hat. Get me the hat, maybe. I'm more of a hat person.
Just buy one of everything and bring it back. So bags of rubber duckies, Bucky's balls, volleyballs rather.
Yeah, specified. Thank you. Bucky's shot glass.
They're too big to be
Yes.
Bucky's balls. Shot glass. The boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts, okay.
So look, I get the boxers, I get the Hawaiian shirt, you get the bathing suit, and you get the hat.
Okay, that sounds fair.
And we'll get Reggie a couple of Bucky's balls. It'll be great. Dog toys.
Oh, Bucky's, yeah.
So yeah, so things
Dog
that you
leashes.
didn't know you needed that they sell a ton of at Bucky's. So
Ooh, no.
fun stuff. So yeah, but a lot of people love it. My son-in-law Ammon loves the Bucky's.
Okay.
Goes over there a lot. So
Okay.
all right, now there's a Bucky's costume.
Oh,
Cute
okay.
or creepy?
Snuggly. Oh.
Is that a snuggly
It
union
calls
suit? What's a union suit?
No idea. I guess it's like a tracksuit. I think it's like a tracksuit.
I would. Okay, so that's, look at the
A winter cap.
the winter hats.
Cute. Now that's actually cute.
That is kind of cute. Of course, they've got lots of Bucky animals there. So,
And this episode of Real Talk
it's
sponsored
been brought to you by
Bucky's.
Bucky's.
And McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah. So, what else? So, a lot going on. Now, here's one on a serious note. 83% of Alabamians want to do away with sales tax on food.
Okay.
The other 17% just have too damn much money. Why would you not? So,
Yeah.
there is a push going on
Okay.
in Montgomery to repeal the sales tax on food, which I think would be amazing because, I mean, that adds, what, 10% to your grocery bill?
Well, for sure, but I guess on the opposite side, like where would that grocery tax, like what would replace that? I
Well,
guess?
this comes from the $800 taxpayer rebate that
okay.
Governor Grandma
Gotcha.
was talking about a few weeks ago, that we've
Okay.
got this surplus, and they're talking about doing a taxpayer rebate.
Okay.
And so this particular group is saying, rather than giving us a rebate, just get rid of the sales tax on food for a period, and that would be a much better thing.
Well,
so
that would be maybe a shopping boost too, right?
you would
People
think
could stock
so,
up on
yeah.
groceries, and
Yep.
maybe that is a good idea.
what do you spend a week on groceries? Now, is it just you and you've got one daughter at home?
I've got two daughters.
Two
at
daughters,
home.
both of them are still at home?
Yeah, I mean, we spend we eat at home a lot, I would say, but we spend probably, I don't know, about $200 a week.
Groceries are expensive.
$250 maybe. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we kind of eat like birds too. So.
We eat like buzzards in my house. Yeah, Sierra just moved out, right? And so she went and did her first grocery store trip. She was losing her mind about how much stuff. She calls me up. She goes, "Dad, I didn't buy hardly anything, and it was $300." I'm like, "Welcome to adulthood, my dear."
Yeah.
So,
She might need a lesson in meal planning or something.
well, she's really good. She does the HelloFresh. You ever did? And, I
I've
mean,
done
she
that
does
before.
some great things. So I got a question for you. Do
Okay.
you know how much a stamp costs?
Okay, I'm going to guess that it costs 52 cents.
No, good guess, but no.
No.
I didn't know either. Stamp prices are set to increase for the second time this year. Stamps currently cost 63 cents
Really?
per stamp. It's going to go up, they're saying, to 66 cents.
66 cents for a stamp.
For a
I had
stamp.
no idea. I felt like it was around 50 cents,
Well-
but I don't buy that many stamps.
Well, when you do, you buy the forever stamps, right?
Right.
And that was the smartest thing the post office ever did to alleviate complaints about pricing, is they took the price off the stamp.
Yeah.
So I could not tell you, but I mean, do you mail a lot of letters?
No.
I rarely mail a letter.
I mean, like a birthday card here and there. Sometimes we mail things here for Revolve, but,
Yeah.
rarely. Most things are like digital.
Yeah, that's
Pay
what I was
bills
thinking.
online, like.
Maybe someday they will phase out the post office. But I'll tell you one thing though, the postman, they run 7 days a week now. Weekend is like package delivery.
It is.
So Amazon must be supplementing the postal service somehow, because these poor guys, they work all the time, every day.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're always running.
Yeah, so interesting. But yeah, I don't know what things cost.
Okay.
I don't. Do you know how much is a gallon of milk?
Oh, we don't buy milk.
We don't. Yeah, we do, but I don't.
We buy almond milk.
Yeah.
It's about $3. It's probably about $3 for half a gallon,
Is
depending
it?
on what you buy.
Yeah. You know what are expensive now? And I think they should be, cigarettes.
Ah.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who smokes, and I'm like, and I quit when Sierra was born, so I quit 27 years ago. Cigarettes were like $1 a pack.
Okay.
They're like $8 and $9 a pack in some places.
my.
More in like New York and California. And
Wow, that would be quite an expense to be
you
a
can buy
smoker these days.
cocaine cheaper than
Maybe some people might
cigarettes.
want to consider switching over.
You might want. I'll sell you some 30-year-old marijuana cheaper than that.
Do you know how much
Wow.
gas used to cost, like when you first started driving? How much was gas?
I think it was like oh God, this was a long time ago, but 40 years ago. I don't know, 20, 30 cents a gallon tops, maybe.
Really?
I remember it was probably before your time, the gas shortage that occurred in the, late 60s, early 70s, and gas went up to like $1 a gallon, and everybody was predicting the end of the world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what are your first memories of getting gas?
I think it was it was a little under $1 a gallon, I feel like, yeah. So, but
Crazy.
yeah, my daughter was asking me about, because she has to put gas in her own car now, and so she was asking me about, like, Mom, did you know that the gas from this gas station to this gas station, like the prices are different?
She's learning
so
economics.
She's learning, yeah, she's figuring it out.
Good for her. So, a couple of other things. This, again, has nothing to do with Alabama, other than my mom used to do this.
Okay.
Tupperware. Do you remember Tupperware?
Yep.
Is shutting down.
Oh, no.
Yeah. If you remember Tupperware back in the 60s and 70s, they were like the company that started the home party.
Yeah.
Where you'd have your friends come in and you'd have them sell them Tupperware and it would burp. Remember that?
Yeah,
I remember
there
that.
was Tupperware, there was like Home Interior, there was Avon, like all of those
all
of
of
companies
that stuff.
that
Yep.
did.
Well,
yeah.
Tupperware is now in the toilet. Their stock has gone so low it's about to be delisted. They're trying to save the company, but nowadays you get so much free Tupperware type. You know, if you go to Kroger and buy sandwich slices, they're in a Tupperware that you can keep and
It
use.
doesn't last as long.
No.
But I mean, Tupperware, if you bought Tupperware in the 60s or 70s, it's still good today.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure that we've got Tupperware at my house that Melissa probably got from her mother or something.
Oh yeah, at my mom's house,
ago.
she has Tupperware. Definitely, that's old, as old as I am.
Wow.
Which is fairly old.
Wow.
About 40.
Does it still burp?
About 40 years old.
All right. So one other thing again, and this is not really Alabama, but it's the tax deadline. My favorite time of the year. Not this year. Rather than the deadline being the 15th, it's actually the 18th.
Okay.
Because there is Emancipation Day, which is a new federal holiday in D.C. is pushing it back a day.
Good.
So that
we
means
have a few extra days.
that means I can keep the big fat check I have to send Uncle Sam a few days more.
Tuesday, April 18th. Okay.
Yep. All right, guys. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed things. I know Reggie has. He's over there licking parts of his body that
he's sound asleep.
I'm a little jealous. So anyway, but hey, don't forget, we have Revolved Realty here. We got almost 100 agents now. Whether you are looking to move here, invest here, or you are already here, we would be more than happy to help you out. We are the fastest growing independent brokerage in town. So, all right, Kim, I guess that's all the time we can waste on this show.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. We'll see you next week.